ॐ हरि ॐ हरि ॐ हरि ॐ हरि ॐ हरि ॐ हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम नमो नारायणाय ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुके बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् 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 ओम त्र्यंबकं यजामहे सुगंधिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुके बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्। सद्गुरु महाराज की जय। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुसाक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। ध्यानमूलं गुरोर्मूर्ते पूजामूलं गुरोर्पदं मंत्रमूलं गुरोर्वाक्यं मोक्षमूलं गुरोर्कृपा। ओम नमः शिवानंद गुरवे सच्चिदानंदमूर्तये निष्प्रपंचाय शांताय निरालंबाय तेजसे नित्यशुद्धं निराभासं निराकारं निरंजनं नित्यबोधं चिदानंदं गुरुब्रह्म नमाम्यहम्। रामाय रामभद्राय रामचंद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः। अंजनानंदनं वीरं जानकीशोकनाशनं कपीशमक्षान्तारं वन्दे लङ्काभयङ्करम्। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं भाष्यवारी परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुते नमता राक्षसान्तकम्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्र रुद्रमरुतः स्तुवन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैर्वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैर्गायन्ति यं सामगाः ध्यानावस्थित तद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुः सुरासुरगणाः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः देवाय तस्मै नमः. My reverential and worshipful homage to the sacred Samadhi of Sadgurudev, Sri Swami Shivananda Maharaj. My silent worship at the feet of revered Swami Chidananda Maharaj, at whose feet I sat for more than 45 years, drew much inspiration and guidance in my spiritual path. My salutations and adorations to the Divine, who indwells in every one of you gathered here at this beautiful hall, surrounded by forest and coming from various places. I offer this as my flower offering to the Divine. Not only He indwells in you, He fills every speck of this place. Long, long ago, before any written history, our ancients observed life upon earth, and they found the life here is full of suffering, full of unhappiness. The same case with Buddha. Buddha also saw the world full of unhappiness, sorrow, suffering. So he strove and attained nirvana. Likewise, our ancients also saw this life, went through the life itself, and they found our physical body that we have has 6 variations. It has birth, growth, change, decay, old age, and death. When the life bounds by life and death, in between those terminals, there is this suspension of life. Whatever the so-called happiness that you derive from this life is obstructed by old age, disease. So, the thinking people like you, say you are coming from different places, when millions and millions of people in the world living a life of forgetfulness, they do not know why they live. But you, among millions of people, what has brought you here? This itself shows there is an awakening in all of you. You give recognition to the higher things. It is that thing that brought you here to this place. Otherwise, it is not very easy. Not a blade of grass moves without the will of the Divine. Such is the emphatic declaration of Lord Sri Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. When such being the case, do you think it is easy for us? Is it Bhagavan's grace? Everything happens. So, like you thinking people, what is this life? Where were you before we came into the existence? All right, you live here for 30 years, for 50 years, 60 years, 70, 80, 90, and after what? Where do you go from here? Where were you before you came into the existence? Who am I? What am I? Whether to go from here? So these questions troubled them. And then if they live with anxieties and fears in the world, with so many problems beset with them, they would not be able to find out the meaning for this life. So, like-minded people like you, they left everything, all their worldly life. So, they went to seclusion, like Himalaya, like Ganges bank, shores of oceans, mountain tops. There they built huts. They devoted their whole life in engaging themselves in prayers, meditation, thinking of the Divine constantly, japa. They never wasted a single moment of their life. They constantly, they upon doing vichar. They had no other thought anything except the thoughts of God. So they lived such a life for many, many years. Then they attained perfection or God realizations, whatever you call it. Having attained this perfection, God realizations, the broadcast to the world, the light of their experience, they address mankind, "O man, you have not come here to weep and wail. You are not come here to suffer and sorrow. You are here to go beyond all sorrows." Thus they proclaimed. This knowledge, aprokshanubhati, direct experience, is as real as having an apple in our palm. How much exertion you have to make to eat apple? Just you have to raise your hand and eat it. It is not necessary for you to go either the backyard of your house or the front yard, dig the pit, plant a sapling, and wait for the sapling to grow into a huge tree. All these hard labors our ancients have done and placed the result of their hard labor in your hands. It is for you. So eat it. So they have placed the result of their hard labor in our hands. It is for us to eat it. So in order to eat it, first of all, we have to acquire mumukshatva. What is mumukshatva? Intense love for the divine, burning aspiration. And then you have to translate this burning mumukshatva into active quest. So these ancients have done it, having attained, they look down upon this earth. What is this? When there is a way out to attain supreme happiness, how a man suffering. So they found humanity, many people are there with a different attitude, different capacities. Some people are very, very intelligent. Some people very, very active from birth to death. And some people are very, very slow. Some people highly intelligent. So these wise people, full of compassion, they did not give the same way to all the people to progress in the spiritual path. According to the taste and temperament, they have given us number of paths. Broadly speaking, they have given us 4 paths. The path of bhakti, the path of Raja Yoga, the path of Jnana Yoga and Karma Yoga. Those who have intense love for the divine, emotional, people who are full of emotion, they can express the devotion to the Lord and they draw inspiration from reading scriptures, lives of saints. They draw inspiration from reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. So, they go upon pilgrimages, they do charity, they do service. So, those people who choose this path of bhakti and Narada Maharshi and Chandil Maharshi, they have given in their respective books in an elaborate way how to develop bhakti oneself, how to live such a life of intense love for the divine. That is there in the Bhakti Sutras and Narada Bhakti Sutras and Chandila Bhakti Sutras. And those people who have got very systematic, everything they want to do in a system, not in a haphazard way. Suppose if you want to climb the stairs at the top of the roof, you have to use ladder. Every ladder has got a number of rungs of the ladder. So some yogis, they wanted to go to the roof of the building, climbing each rung of the ladder one by one. To such a people, a great sage called Patanjali has given us what is known as Raja Yoga, Ashtanga Yoga. That is, one has to practice Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. This is a foundation, the first 4. You cannot raise skyscrapers without a strong foundation. Say, if you build a 7-story or 10-story building, at least 3 stories you have to go down, basement, then only you can build high. Like that in spiritual life also, ethical foundation is very, very important. Without this ethical foundations, you cannot build your spiritual life. Very important. So, very small microscopic minority, the highly intellectuals, they would be able to understand the scriptures, Upanishads. They have got a razor sharp mind, like our Swami Krishnanaji Maharaj, Sri Vedanta, and they don't mix, they always try to remain aloof in seclusion. They do vichara, smriti. In earlier times, before they discovered the writing, so all this wonderful knowledge, the spiritual knowledge, it was in the form of a smriti, means memory. So from memory, they used to pass on this knowledge which they had in the memory to their disciple by singing, by telling them, speaking to them. Say, for example, I remember when I was a boy of 8 or 10 years old, I was very much interested in to learn Sanskrit, some scriptures. So I used to go to a Padishala, and the teacher, every time when I went, he asked, hey, you must bring you must have a tough hair. You should not wear shirt. You should come in bare body. And he insisted. 6 months I dodged him. So tomorrow, last year. And it is a wonderful thing. See, teacher will repeat one sentence. Om Sasrisha Purusha Sakya Sasrabato. When he repeat, you have to repeat after him. And our Christian Baur is here. She is amazing. She recites so beautifully Purusha Sukta and Narayana Sukta without any mistakes. I make mistakes sometimes, but she recites so wonderfully Narayana Sukta. Like that, I wanted to learn all those things, but the teacher said, you should bring with your tough hair, you should come. You should not wear any stitched things on your body. So one day I got annoyed with the teacher. Sir, you are teaching the Sanskrit to me, not to my tuft, I said. and the teacher, you are important, get away. So I was not mature at that time. He said, no, I regret. Today I would have kept not one tuft, several tufts on my head. Yes. And Jews, they have got tough hair on the other side. That is Orthodox Jew. So, the Rajayogi, he passed through all the 8 and then he attained the state of self-realizations or whatever you call it, perfection. And Vedantins, so they are a very microscopic minority in the world. They are not too many. So they live very hard life. They live alone in seclusion, constantly contempt scriptures, and they practice neti, not this, until they reach the truth. So such people are very rare, very small microscopic minority in the world. So they draw inspiration from Vichara Sagar. Vichara Sagar means ocean of discrimination, and Upanishads, and other places like Swami Krishnanaji Maharaj. Krishnanaji Maharaj, in the whole of North, I had never met a person like him. Such a knowledge, fund of knowledge he has got. Clarity in the mind. Until the last day. And one day before he passed away, he told our Satyakamani Maharaj and 2 or 3 people who are serving, tomorrow night I am not going to be here. And then 1 hour before, he was a little struggling. They wanted to bring medicine. Oh, I don't want medicines. I am going to merge in the Brahman. After 1 hour, exactly, he merged. He passed away. See? But the vast majority of people in the world, they are very active. They cannot keep quiet. They enjoy the perfect health from birth to death. And such a devotee, such seekers, they follow what is known as karma yoga. Means whatever they do, right from the morning until night, all the actions they do during the day and evening and night, all they offer unto the Lord as his worship. as expounded by Lord Sri Krishna in the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And whatever yoga you practice, whether you practice Bhakti Yoga, Karma Yoga, or Raja Yoga, or Jnana Yoga, you should follow the path of Shreyas, Shreyo Marga. What is the path of Shreyo Marga? It is the path of light. It is the path of discrimination. It is a path which needs sense control, withdrawing your mind from the objects of the world. It is, I remember when I was studying in the high school, so sometimes we used to go see the Khedda. Khedda means where they capture all the wild elephants. What they do in the forest, they will dig a circular pit, a huge pit, about 20 feet, but it has only one entrance. And then they request all the villagers to come and help them. So what they do, they have got tom-tom, and also they have got the bamboo, they split and make tap sound also. And also they raise a huge cry from all three. So when the herd of elephants listen to these sounds from all there is no other way to go for them, so they just rush to the place where they don't hear any sound. So, and all there, when they come rushing, they open the big gate, and when all the elephants got in, they closed the door, and then closed. And these elephants cannot go here and there, and they cannot, because big pit is there. And then for nearly 1 week, they have such a fight, and they don't feed them. So like that, our mind revolts in the world. So mind cannot easily be controlled. You see, so, and then after 5 or 6 days, it sufficiently become very weak, and then they allow the trained elephants to go and put the rope, bring them, and slowly train them. It is very easy to train Indian elephants, but not the African elephants. So, I have seen, like that our mind refuses, you see, to do certain things, because we have given so much freedom to the mind. To control the mind is not easy. See, it comes and attacks you with a double force. But one has to withdraw the mind again and again. Even if you go 1,000 times, you must bring it back again and again upon the goal, purpose that you want to achieve. So, that is the path of Shreyo Marga. Ultimately, if you persist in following this path, it will bestow upon you highest happiness. One should avoid the path of Treyo Marga. Prayas is the path of perdition. It is the path of darkness. It is the path which ultimately leads you to ruin. But in the beginning, it is very, very pleasant. It is just like you are eating wonderful ice creams. So, it is so wonderful. Once you get caught in this path, it is very difficult for us to extricate from this path. Path of, that is path of vichara. That is Preyo Marga, Shreyo Marga. Preyo Marga, one should avoid. There is a beautiful distinction given between these two paths in the Kathopanishads. You all must have heard Rishikesh. He was Agnimanika, first and foremost seeker. Even such an young age, he practiced all the yogas and established himself in perfection and also attained all the siddhis. But yet, he was very simple and humble. His own father did not know the achievement of his own son. So, once it so happened, the father of Nachiketas, he was a great king. He wanted to conduct a sacrifice called Ashwamedha Yaga, horse sacrifice. So, it was a huge event. It is just like government-sponsored exhibitions, because you have to invite kings, you have to invite great sages. So, he had to spend colossal amount of money. So, he wanted to do. What is the aim of such a yaga, sacrifice? So, the kings used to do with sole motive that even after their birth, after their passing away, they would be born as kings. That was the motive. And during this period, they used to give such a huge charity. Anyone who received the charity, he was totally free from all wants. It was not necessary for him to go and beg again. Such kind of a charity these kings used to do in those days. So, Nachiketa's father, he started doing big sacrifice, Ashwamedha sacrifice, but he was little miserly, very calculative. When the time came to give things in a charity, he started giving second-hand things, old things, blind cows, used vessels. Use is only is not an asset, only liability for those people who receive. But the charity was coming from the king, so they were afraid to tell. But Nachiketa saw this. Alas, what is my father is doing? What merit can he acquire by giving such useless charities? So he wanted to draw the attention of his father for the mistake he is making. So how to do it? He was sitting, in the hall where they are conducting the great sacrifices. All the priests were sitting all around. Right in the center there was a fire pit, and they are repeating all mantras, and then repeating very much Swaha, and the flames were shooting up, and the boy, very courageous, he went and stood in front of the father little. And then father, when he saw him, he asked, "Father, to whom you are giving me in charity?" He asked. Father just kept quiet. He foolish, he thought foolish. At the second time he asked, he was little annoyed, but he kept quiet. When the boy repeated the questions third time, he lost his temper and said, "I will give you to death," he said. So when the father made this statement, in those days it was the duty of the son to fulfill that. So he said, "My father told me he will give me to the death." So with the power of his tapas, with the power of his siddhi, he ascended to the abode of Yama, abode of death, god of death. And messenger saw how a human being could come here. It's not an ordinary boy, very courageous. And how to deal with, they did not know with human, because it's not there in the record. No one came up by that time. So they keep him quiet. The boy had no fear. He went and stood, but Yama, the god of death, was not there. He is called Yamadharmaraya. It means he does justice. We cannot bribe him. Suppose you have got 20 millions of dollars. When you appear, "Oh Lord, please give me 10 minutes, so I have not prepared my will. Let me prepare a will and then you can tell me." No. When you come, he only takes. So, Karuna Nasti, he has no compassion. So, boy had to wait for 3 days because he had gone somewhere. And the third day, Yama returned, and messengers rushed and told him, "A boy from the human world has come." And Yama also surprised. How could everybody afraid of me? How could from him, he thought he was not an ordinary boy. So Yama went and saw he was Nachiketas. At once he knew the power of the boy's tapas. And when it appears, he apologized to the boy. "Very sorry that when you arrived, I was not here to receive you. I'm very sorry." He wanted to make the boy happy because he waited for 3 days. He said, "You may ask any 3 boons. I shall be happy to bestow upon you." The first boon he asked, "O Lord, give me that first boon. When I return, let my father forget his anger and receive me with all smiles." He said, "Be it so," he said. The second boon, "O Lord, bestow my father the purpose for which he conducted this great sacrifice." He said, "Be it so." And the third question he asked, he never expected that a boy would ask such a question to Yama. He asked, "O Lord, people every day they die. I would like to know what happens to the soul after death." Yama was perturbed. This young boy, how could I answer this? Boy, you are too young. You have many years to live. Please do not ask this question. You ask some other questions. "No, my lord, I want only this answer for this question." And then He said, "You are too young, your father getting aged. When he passes away, they will put you on the throne. You will ascend the throne and become a king. Later on, by and by, you will know the answer." But the boy said, "No, Lord, I want to know." It appears he offered, "I will bestow upon you longevity. You can live 12,000 years. Not a single hair on your head turn into grey. Not a single wrinkles on your face. You will remain perpetually young. Ask that. I will give you untold wealth. I will offer you huge kingdom." "No, my Lord, I want to know the answer," he said. But he persisted in, and then he said, "I will give you a dozen damsels to look after you." He also refused. Perhaps some of us would have accepted even the least offer that he had made. So, and ultimately, Yama had to give. Yes, and thus the boy very much pleased, and then he went back. So that comes in the Kathopanishads. Like that, we should become like Rishikesh, ask only the highest things. So, anyhow, you all have got some elements of Rishikesh. That is why you all are here, listening to all these talks, getting answers for your questions in spiritual path. Is a wonderful thing. So, they say, all the scriptures, everyone has said, three things in this world are very difficult to obtain. What are these things? We pass through 86 millions of genera, means 18.5 million times species. We are reptiles, we are amoebas, we are stone, we are trees. There is in Tamil, that is called Kallagi Murangagi, it comes. See, you are a reptile once, you are a stone also, you are a tree, you are amoeba, worms, snakes, wild tigers, lions. We pass through all these things, and very difficult to get this human birth. After passing through all these things, so we had to obtain human birth. Even after obtaining human birth, you cannot call everyone a human being. For example, in many countries you must have seen the people who works on the road with a big biceps, with a drill making, and then when they are hungry, they take big piece of bread, they will take, put one hamburger, big one, a little sauce, and they eat the whole thing. For that, I can eat that one for 15 days. So, one day he will polish and observe the language that he speaks, very rough and very slang, language. And watch the language of a professor in a university college, how polished, how wonderful it is. So, even to become a man, they say you have to take birth again and again as a human being. At each birth, you will have some degree of refinedness. To him only you call a man in whom you will find real kindness and compassion. So, having taken such a wonderful birth, but you all have a wonderful compassion. That's why you are all here, to live a spiritual life. So, very difficult to get such a, having taken such a birth, if it is not utilized for the higher purposes, then such a life lived in vain. No purpose is served. We share, we have hunger, animals also have hunger. We also sleep, they also sleep. Man also beget, they also beget. Suppose if you live our life only to eat, drink and sleep and pass away, then what difference it makes between animal and man? We share this biological life in common with the rest of the things. That is why I'm a human being, and then taking this human birth to have love for the higher thing, to have a love for the divine, is still more difficult to get things. And you may have love for God at the same time to have a company of godmen like Swamis, still more difficult. So all these things, human birth, love for the divine, and then company of godmen, we obtain only by the grace of the divine. Otherwise, we cannot get this. So having taken this birth, if it's not utilized by higher purposes, that is a waste. You may have human birth, very difficult to get. You may also have love for the divine, but yet you grow up in state of confusion and darkness. It is at this stage the help of a guru or a teacher is very indispensable. What is the definition of a guru? Guru means the darkness of ignorance. Guru means the one who removes this darkness and bring you the light and wisdom to your heart. And that is the Guru. Guru does not promise you that he will carry you on his shoulder. What he does, he will throw a flood of light and illumine your path. When the path is illumined, you see the way. You will avoid all that is obstacles on the way. You avoid. There are tigers, lions, snakes and everything, scorpions and cobras. You will avoid all these things. You see the goal. And then you go. That is the help of a great teacher. It's very indispensable. Help of the teacher. So it is enough. So we will sing Bhagavan's name. So God bless you. You are all wonderful. Because of the blessings only you are here. It is not easy, you see, to come into this place of the holy place. This place, entire place called Muni Kirti. Muni Kirti means Muni Kirti. From time immemorial in these places, great sages and saints lived and sanctified this place. Every inch of this place where you are here, sanctified by great ones. Even Swami Sivananda Maharaj, in earlier times, during this period of tapas, when he was in the cross, people, when the Himalayan chains, when they opened, there was a rush of pilgrims. In order to escape them, Holy Master used to come this side. There is that road that cut across the ashram was not there. Only forest was there. Where we have got present temple, Vishwanath Mandir, they say he used to come and sit there with some dried bread, water in a kamandal. And then he used to get such an absorption in meditation. When he acquired that land, he decided to build a temple. And that will be coming on the 31st of this month, December. Holy Master established that place on the December 31st, 1943. The year Swami Chinmaya Maharaj came. And our Swamiji became first priest of that temple, Vishwanath Mandir. So I think Swamiji also will be taking you also that day for the prayer. It is a wonderful. I am very, very happy to have darshan of so many beautiful souls. So I pray to Sadgurudev, Swami Sivananda Maharaj, may his benedictions be upon each and every one of you. And when you go back with a thoroughly, completely transformed, a new person. So your friend must think, oh, what happened to this person? He is a wonderful person. So wherever he goes, he is so happy and cheerful. So they should be contaminated by your state of cheerfulness. Satguru Maharaj ki jai.
Thank you very much. Thank you for blessing us. Thank you.
Okay.
Just give them just a closing chant, and then they can have lunch.
Yes. Somebody asked me, closing chants will do Jai Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Ram. I'll one small bhajan I'll sing. Ramaya Ramadraya Ramachandraya Vedase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Patyanaham Prema Mudita Manase Kaho Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram Rama Rama Ram Prema Mudita Manase Kaho Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama 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 Ram Parama Shanti Sukha Nidhana Divya Rama Nam Parama Shanti Sukha Nidhana Divya Rama Nam Niradhara ko Adha Niradhara ko Adha Eka Rama Nam Shri Rama Rama Ram Shri Rama 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 Ram Parama Gopya Parama Ishta Mantra Rama Nam परमगोप्य परमयिष्टमन्त्र रामनाम संत हृदय सदा वसत संत हृदय सदा वस एक रामनाम श्रीराम राम राम श्रीराम राम 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 महादेव सतत जपत दिव्य राम नाम महादेव सतत जपत दिव्य राम नाम काशी मरत मुक्ति करत काशी मरत मुक्ति कर कहत राम नाम श्रीराम राम राम श्रीराम राम 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 मात पिता बंधु सखा सब ही राम नाम मात पिता बंधु सखा सब राम नाम भक्त जनन जीवन धन भक्त जनन जीवन राम श्रीराम राम राम श्रीराम राम 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 प्रेम मुदित मन से कहो राम 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 श्रीराम राम राम श्रीराम राम 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 श्रीराम जय जय 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 राम ओम असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा मृतंगमय ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ओम शांति शांति शांतिः त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव कायेन वाचा मनसेन्द्रियैर्वा बुद्ध्यात्मना वा प्रकृते स्वभाव करोमि यद्य सकलं परस्मै नारायणायेति समर्पयामि। सद्गुरु महाराज के जय, सब संतन के जय, गंगा मैया की जय।